frames dropping? Hopefully that doesn't continue. Oh my god. Let me check on the stream. It seems fine so far. Hopefully it stays stable. Oh. I don't know how long it's been since we last spoke, La Habrea, and truth be told, I had hoped we never would again. But I see now that I was a fool to think I would ever escape your meddling. Just what is that thing that called himself La Habrea, and why is he the spitting image of your younger self? I find it hard to believe that you've only just now found out such a being was wreaking havoc in Pandemonium. Do you think matters would simply sort themselves out? I suppose you deserve at least a cursory explanation. I was well aware of the anomalies occurring within Pandemonium, including the fact that Azem and Elidibus had taken it upon themselves to investigate. I saw no reason to insert myself into the situation, for a time, that was. Imagine my surprise when instead of a formal report from you and yours, I received a communication from one of the key wards, stating that research and operations were proceeding as usual. Well, Hephaestus' deception was almost childish in its simplicity. It became plain to me that your grasp on the situation was slipping. So you knew of its existence from the beginning? I can hardly imagine that you would suffer another to masquerade as one of the convocation, not without good reason, at least. As you well know, the name La Habrea is but a marker of my station. 'Tis not the name I was born with. Hephaestus has claimed that for himself. I cannot fault him for it, as he is my other half, in a manner of speaking. He knows all that I know, my equal in every way, yet within his heart is naught but greed, envy, and desire. All the emotions that we are loath to acknowledge within ourselves. If what you say is true, what purpose would such a being serve? He is the product of experimentation gone awry, a reminder of the days when I was yet young and reckless. I thought him sealed away for good, but it seems time has a way of unearthing the shame we bury. When we spoke of my mother, he looked at you with venom in his eyes, blamed you for her death. Tell me, was he right to do so? His words were but the rambling of a tortured mind. The hatred and despair he endured was warped his view of the world irreparably. And now that he has awakened, he must be put to rest. If he succeeds in breaching Pandemonium's protective wards, he shall invite disaster unto our star. As chief keyword of Pandemonium, it is my duty to decide the proper course of action. As such, I declare that all research shall be summarily abandoned and the facility destroyed. What? You would leave the other warders to their doom? Is a choice befitting La Habrea? Do you disagree? You speak of duty, and ours is to guide our star and its inhabitants upon the correct course. It is not a surprise. It is of no surprise that you would choose annihilation of Pandemonium if its existence posed even the remotest risk to our people. Yet, as you can see by Erectonius' response, the decision is somewhat more nuanced than that. Asm and I have grappled with this conundrum for some time, in fact. That is precisely why I chose to involve myself directly. 'Twas the only way I could truly determine the best solution. And you need not trouble yourself with that matter further. The chief keyword must prevent the worst from occurring, no matter the cost. Your feelings, Elidibus, are of no consequence. Have you taken a moment to consider another path? No! You've spared nary a thought for aught but yourself and your duty. You have no ideas of the trials we've endured, the foes that Kazuma has stood against. Man, those textures looking a bit wonky there. Kazuma, is it? A being of such aether I have never seen. What are you? He is the guiding star that shall lead us safely through this. Thanks to his stout arm and steadfast courage, we have subdued the mythic creations and returned them to their cells. Speaking of which, I would hear your opinion, Kazuma. As outsiders, we are in a unique position to look upon circumstances with our vision unclouded by attachment. Labria can't be trusted. What was that you said about being an emissary? It's too soon to give up on saving others, honestly. Agreed. We still don't know the next to nothing about Hephaestus, and I highly doubt La Habrea has been forthcoming with the truth. But we've managed to regain control of Asphodelus. He must be made to see that there is merit in continuing on this path. I have it. Speak in your official capacity as Elidibus, the emissary. Judge which approach is more sound, and even La Habrea would be compelled to listen. Go on. As Elidibus, I am duty-bound to assess the matter from a position of impartiality. My opinion as Themis can carry no weight. You understand what that means, yes? I do. Even so, you've walked with us all this time, seen what we've seen. Based on that alone, I trust that you'll find the best way forward. Yeah. Assertive nodding. Very well, then in my capacity as emissary, I shall state my judgment. At present, there are merits both in destroying Pandemonium outright and in taking time to rescue its researchers, and neither is yet an impossible task. Therefore, I judge that the most measured choice would be to continue upon our present course. We delve into Abyssos, interring any mythic creations we encounter along the way. You have yet to witness Kazuma's might, Erectonius' resolve. I would ask that you see our capabilities firsthand, and only then decide if our endeavor is futile. If such is the will of the emissary, then I shall obey. However, if indeed I find your strength to be lacking, I trust there will be no objections to the immediate destruction of Pandemonium. You needn't worry about that. We won't fail. You are bolder than I remember. And you're even more tedious than I remember. Kazuma, come find me when you're finished. Erictonius is understandably frustrated, but if we are to conquer Abyssos, we must go forth with clear heads. Pray lend an ear to his troubles, that their weight might be lightened. Well, alright. Let's have a look. Oh, he went all the way outside. Oh no, he's still here. You do have my gratitude, ill fit as I am to show it at the moment. Without your words to sway him, La Habrea would have carried out his plan without a second thought. What the heck is that? An Ultima Whip? Oh, sneeze. And it's gone. When at first we realized the creations had slipped their bonds, the other keywords did all in their power to restore order. Even though they could have chosen escape, they remained to aid their allies. I'm certain not a soul among them would wish to see this facility erased from the world, and they don't deserve to be abandoned simply for carrying out their duty. And besides, Hephaestus has secrets yet untold, secrets that would be buried if Pandemonium were to be reduced to rubble. I mean to uncover the truth, behind his words, the truth of my mother. While La Habrea was quick to dismiss his claims, I failed to see what Hephaestus would gain by fabricating such a story. All I was told of my mother's death was that she perished in an accident. No one would say more. It was almost as if they feared saying more, in fact. Even if it was not La Habrea that dealt the fatal blow. We've seen with our own eyes how quickly he can condemn others to die. I only wish to know the last what befell her. What do you think, Kazuma? Does the La Habrea you know have any regard for the lives of others? Or will he carry out his duty with another's blood on his hands? uh, hmm, hmm. I honestly have no idea what he might be like in this age. This age? Just how long has it been since last you met? Regardless, I'd like you to try and view him as he is now. Another opinion would be much appreciated. But it is plain there is much to consider. Thank you, Kazuma. It's easy for me to be carried away by emotion where he's concerned. We should focus on the task at hand, proving to La Habrea that we are capable of saving Pandemonium and its keepers. The most convincing way to do that will be to regain control of Abyssos. Let's get to it, fam. Although I'm loath to admit it, he would know more about those depths than any of us, and seeing as how we require every advantage we can afford. Kazuma, would you speak to him for us? He seems to have a special interest in your capabilities, and may deign to help at your suggestion, if only to see what you can do. Well, alright, if he wants to use me as a guinea pig and see how I do, let's go ahead. La Habrea. Erictonius appears to have a deep trust in you, and Elidibus tells me you share some relation to Azam. Your unusual aether does not mark you as a familiar. It is unlike anything I have seen, even among the countless concepts I have observed. To think that I would encounter an existence I could not create by my own hand, Azem never ceases to surprise. Previous Azem was much the same. And taking the entirety of the star into consideration, she came to hold dear emotion and people that a more logical mind would have discarded. This made her act in her own self-interest more often than not. Just as you and Elidibus have conducted yourselves in this matter, the true danger of Azem's nature is his tendency to infect all those he comes into contact with. I myself said much the same. Trust that I shall do naught that would violate my duty. And yet you so frivolously invoke your authority as emissary to justify this little excursion? It matters little, however. Only your deeds can speak for you now. You wish to know more of Abyssus, I take it. Although I no longer have control over many of its functions, I can yet sense what creations lie within. The chief keywords reaches far indeed. Well then, what do we have to look forward to? I sense no creation of note. Perhaps they have been made into fodder for experimentation, or perhaps they have been transferred into the deeper circles. Yet, Hephaestus would never allow you safe passage. He has left a trial for you to overcome. I speak of hegemony. Keyword of Abyssos, although her presence is stained with marks of corruption, it is unmistakable. I knew her as a woman gifted with magic and blessed with a highly logical mind. While I can sense those qualities within her still, there is something else at work. If I had to hazard a guess, I would say that's because she's already been twisted into a Hemitheos, doubtless against her will. Kazuma, Themis, we must rescue her from that cruel fate, and if we cannot, we can at least seal her away until we find a means to undo the damage. Alright, alright. Your allies make you bold, Erectonios. I very much look forward to seeing how far they carry you. The sixth circle is now accessible. Let us be off. And now we play the waiting game. Let's see if I can actually make it to the side quest before it goes. Oh, frame drops again. Hopefully that doesn't keep repeating. Oh, the camera. There we go. Wait. Oh, there we go. That Space Dandy's been playing in the background this entire time. Thank God the player's muted. Oh, actually, let me check something. Oh. Yeah, okay. It's fine. It's fine. Oh. Ah. Nope, couldn't make it to the tribes. Lots of webs and goo. Oh, hello. I summon thee, random duty fighter friends. Oh boy. Flood of Aether. Hmm? Seems simple enough. Oh god! Oh, what? Aha. I see. I guessed right. Thank God. Ah. Oh, I wasn't paying attention there. Oh, I see. Man, he's dying real slow. Though I'm not really doing my best, even as a tank. But I'll keep doing my best. Ah! Oh, she's making me. Oh, the dance. I thought I was like glitching out, but no, it was on purpose. I have to pay more attention to her cast bar. I'm so lost on that. I need to figure it out better. Oh, one of us DC'd. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. So that's gonna switch. Oh. So here? Oh, okay. Okay, I think I get it. I wasted. I don't know why I decided to do that. What a waste of damage, but it's fine. Okay, so those are trading. There's no safe spot there. These are trading. This might be a safe spot. I was right. Okay, okay, okay. I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I think. I hope I am. I still got clipped by her cone though because I didn't see that she was casting it. Snap out of it, lady. Lock her away. Whoop. Back into the wagey cagey. Victory is mine! Please, please, please. Oh my god, I might get the torso. Aww. Aww. Fine. Can't get nothing. I guess I have to wait till next week to get anything fully fit. No, let me commend you. Let me commend you. Let me commend you. Let me commend you. Let me commend. God, I hate it. I need to look for like that setting. Please, please. It's gotta be that it's just being stupid and keeps using itself as a touchpad. We've won! The keyword is sealed away, and alive this time. La Brea can't deny us now! Alright, so, I'm just gonna look for the settings real quick. This just driving me nuts. Accessories, would it be? Controller. Trigger effect sensitivity. When you're using the microphone on your controller, no. Wait. Keep that shit dim, please and thank you. Okay. Brightness, strong. When you're using a microphone on your controller, it's whatever. Difficulty level. What the hell does that even mean? Rollers. It's not buying assignments. Where would it be? Brightness and control indicators, enter effect intensity. Is it a different setting somewhere? Accessibility maybe? Oh. I doubt it's screen and video. Accessories, I already checked this. Is there really no setting? Am I just not being smart enough to find it, I guess? Is it in system? Mm. I don't understand. Let me see if I can Google it real quick. The camera. Oh my god, where? Accessibility settings? It wasn't accessibility? Where? I am not getting any answers. Get this video. Just show me. Oh, this is on Steam. I don't care about this. Oh my god. I don't care about disabling it on PC.
all these like little help things are just not helping. God. I know the reason it doesn't do this constantly, and I hate it because it's pretty much, oh, yeah, it's the touchpad detecting my finger like I'm trying to use it as a mouse, like trying to move around with the cursor when I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to press select. If I could just disable that, that'd be great. But no one gives help with that. Oh well. Fuck it. Our plan was a success, although I hardly need to tell you that. Hegemony has been sealed away, and now you have no choice but to admit the merit in our methods. You have the right of it. I am not so petty as to deny the achievements of those I've squabbled with, no matter how strongly we disagree. Moreover, this being aether as thin as retreating mist, unable to wield creation magics, yet powerful enough to subdue a Hemitheos, has made this ordeal far more interesting. Then have we leave to continue? As for that, there's one among you whose very presence put the others at risk. It would be best to proceed without him, for failure would have consequences that reach far beyond pandemonium. And of whom do you speak? A warder who cannot even conduct his duty without aid. In this place, I hope. Hope alone is not enough to overcome what awaits you. A single misstep will send all to their doom. So long as we each do our part and look to the allies by our side, even a neophyte can upraise his companions. That's something that Kazuma and Themis taught me. While I do wish to express any bias, I am inclined to agree. If my investigation has made anything clear, it is that we are together greater than the sum of our parts. And hope has brought us this far. It drives us to seek the right path, and to act before the path that lies closed to us. Then tell me, what is it you hope for? To see Hephaestus in chains. That's the surest way to prevent further sacrifices. I'm aware that destroying Pandemonium would rid us of him, but the cost is far too great. And I admit, I wish to know how he means to resurrect Athena. And there we have it. You must leave this place at once, and do not think to set foot in Pandemonium again. You are capable, that much is plain. Yet Hephaestus cannot be suffered to live, and I shall not allow his talk of resurrection to poison mine or anyone else's mind. Life flows in a cycle. This is known. All souls return to the underworld, and Athena's is no exception. She has likely found a new vessel, and a new journey to embark upon. You cannot be ignorant of the folly of Hephaestus' words. Even were he to breathe life into a body, The soul contained within will not be your mother's. What if our knowledge is imperfect? What if Hephaestus has discovered something that no one else has? He knows all that you do, understands the bitter reality of the world. He wouldn't pursue the impossible. Think, Erictonius. Erictonius, I have already explained that he is merely my twisted reflection. Is it worth bringing back your mother if it means others are used and discarded like tools? Is it worth it to see her once more? Now you measure the worth of your colleagues' lives. What was that foolish braying about saving them? Merely a performance to hide your childish devotion to your mother? Oh wait, hold on. Fuck, did I read it wrong in thinking that Erictonius was saying that? God, this is what I mean about there we go. Oh, here we go. So it was Labra saying it. Whoops, it's fine. You would call me a fool, you who murdered your wife in service of your ambition for the sake of the star, no doubt. I could hear it again, that voice inside my head. I know who to follow. Hephaestus. Father. Mother. Oh, I love you so, and this voice will guide me to you. Erictonius, no! No, listen not. Listen not, Erictonius. Apologies. You taught me that a calm heart stays the course, but I could never even grasp the rudder. God damn it, Erictonius. Hephaestus is cunning despite his warped mind. Whatever took hold of Erictonius, it is made short work of his reason. From the moment he laid eyes upon me, I could sense his hatred and rage simmering below the surface. 'Twas but a matter of time until it spilled forth, and that was when he fell into the spell's embrace. A magic woven with such skill that Erictonius himself failed to notice until it was too late. If this is the measure of Hephaestus' power, then the other keywords had little chance to resist it. He saw his work during our encounter with Hesperus. Doubtless Hephaestus' magic fed his admiration and envy until there was room for naught else in his heart. And there was something else besides. Did you not feel the presence of another? Yup. He called out to not listen. Pretty sure that's the mother. As I thought, someone was trying to warn Erictonius, but whom? Could it have been one of the keywords? Alas, their warning arrived too late. I had already provoked Erictonius past the point of no return. I bear the burden for this failure. In my stubbornness I could but scorn the boy, and Hephaestus knew that. And now I dread to think of the ordeal that awaits him due to my rashness. There is time to yet save him. We can easily regain control of Abyssos, giving us a firm foothold from which to brave Pandemonium's lowest levels. The enemy is within reach. Yeah, let's go. Let's go kick some ass. Come on. Just as with Hesperus, Erictonius is in danger of being consumed by Hephaestus' spell. However, I have faith that he will not easily lose sight of himself. The way forward is cleared, La Habrea. Pray tell us all you know of what we shall find beyond Abyssos. I can only assume one more keyword lies in wait. The deepest level of Pandemonium is called Tartarus, and your passage shall be challenged not only by a keyword. Hephaestus has laid traps in every corner of its halls. You have no hope of surviving far past the threshold. That, I expect, is where Cosimo will shine. His dissolute aether shall allow him to slip through the traps unimpeded. We saw it when Hephaestus had no effect. Hephaestus has had no effect, and doubtless even he has yet to devise a countermeasure. Then time is of the essence. Hephaestus is already well aware that you can match a keyword in battle. He will not stand idle while you stroll past his other defenses at your leisure. Agreed. However, clarity will be indispensable to our success, and I'm afraid I must insist upon it ere we depart. Hmm? What are you hiding? We have yet to discern to what end Hephaestus would use Erictonius. If you know, I would ask that you enlighten us. And then there is the matter of Athena. Why do you so fiercely rebuke Erictonius' feelings for his mother? While I understand that the very thought of resurrecting the dead is anathema, you act as if grief over her passing should be equally so. How are we to grapple with what plagues our friend and drives our foe if you refuse to acknowledge it? Uh, th- 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 I do acknowledge it. I wish only to spare those that feel its still greater pain. You mean to protect Arctonios from with your silence? So instead of being honest, you bicker like a child, and so you drove your son over the edge. All three of these are, like, valid. Which one? I'd probably say this. So instead of being honest, you bicker like a child. How dare you? No, no, you are right. The blame of Erictonius' fate rests squarely on my shoulders. Very well, I shall lay bare the truth, but only after the foe before us has been laid low. The remaining keyword is a Agadistus? Agadistus? She has served in Pandemonium since its inception, and her affinity for magic is peerless even among the keywords. Hephaestus knows that losing her would mean the end of his experiments. He has hidden her in a space unreachable by conventional means. But your presence makes mockery of such barriers. The scarcity of your aether means it would be trivial to send you directly to Agdistis. We shall approach as closely as caution will allow. We know where the battle will commence, so I do not anticipate difficulty in detecting your presence. From afar I shall do my best to provide you with ground on which to fight, and phantom allies to aid you. As for the interment, I have yet to think of a foolproof method. Interment shall not be necessary. From here I can sense Agdistis' essence, but it is scarcely recognizable. Hephaestus was more ambitious with her than he was with Agamemnon. She has been transfigured such that barely a scanting of herself remains. We can but take comfort in what a mercy the underworld will be to her. That's sad, but such is her fate. Okay. To the seventh circle. Ooh, well, alright then. Alright, select working this time. Oh, select working this time. Knock knock. Oh god. You you do not look okay, ma'am. I summon thee, little friends. Pumpkinhead. Ah. Oh shit. 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 Oh my god, that actually didn't hit me. fuck, I got clipped. Oh my god, I thought I was gonna hit straight for me. Oh, the war was a chat and actually gave me stem the tide. Wasting so many of my fucking shells. Oh! Oh! Oh god. Alright. Whew. Rest in peace. Pants it is. Ugh. Oh, cutscene. Well, hello there, you two. How are you doing? The moment Agdistis lay slain, the flow of aether and pandemonium focused keenly on this location, creating a tunnel source through which we could quickly convey ourselves. It was almost as if we were ushered here. This space was created with care and concealed with powerful wards. Only a key ward would have been able to detect it, and even then with great difficulty. Ergo, if only I could restore Tartarus to order, but I am afraid this is the most I can manage with such power as remains to me. It has been too long, Master Lahabrea. Likewise, keyword Actistis. I should not be surprised you were able to break free of Hephaestus' spell, even diminished as you were. It was not an easy task. Even with your aid, his curses dig into one's heart, creating a storm of emotions that is all too easy to become lost in. Only by chance did a fragment of myself remain, illuminating a path through the madness. And thus I am able to appear before you now, even while my body was powerless to resist Hephaestus' commands. Some small part of my logical mind stood alone in defiance. It even managed to speak to the outside world. The report! That was you! Doubtless you recognize my voice from the many times I have called out to you. The hope that those pleas would not fall on deaf ears was all that kept me from succumbing to hopelessness. I thought it was the mother. But I have a greater purpose here than simply saying my farewells. There is something you must know, that the tragedies of the past do not repeat in the present. Forgive me for what I am about to do, Master Lahabrea, but the story must be told. 'Tis the only way to understand Hephaestus' fixation on Erictonius. No longer can you hide your heart away. Hephaestus? No. The mask marks him as Labrea. Master Labrea had brought an end to Lady Athena's life, and sealed away part of his memories and emotions within Hephaestus. These are my recollections of the moments following. And you truly have no intention of revealing the truth to Erictonius? My lesser half is now buried where none can find it. We would be wise to do the same with our memory of this day. Blood should not sway the spirit so, but Athena's teachings have warped the boy. I fear he would see our star burn to keep his mother safe. Erictonius believes that he feels love, but he is shackled by dependence. He could not bear the truth. His dependence makes it all the more important to be more with him. He will seek answers about his mother's loss, which shall inevitably lead him to you. Are you willing to accept the blame for Athena's death? Are you willing to accept your son's hatred? If that is what comes to pass, then so be it. Better be burdened with hatred than the knowledge that Athena thought his body and soul mere tools, to be used and discarded. Even were I to tell him what his mother plotted, he would ever seek reasons to believe that the true fault lies with me, or with him. Should he merely hate me, he will remain unfettered by doubt, free to serve the star, far from his parents' shadow. Erictonius loved his mother more than life itself, and yet, what a dreadful truth you've borne all this time. Such is La Habrea's nature. Every action, every word, a solution to life's great dilemmas, and none to spare for his own. What I have revealed to you is but a small portion of a larger picture. I shall leave it to La Habrea to paint the rest for you, and for Erictonius, I hope. Thank you, Agdistis. I always admired you, you know. What choice did I have when you sacrificed so much to guide our star to the heavens? Hephaestus has doubtless sensed that his final keyword has fallen. We should return to the surface before he moves to strike us here. If we are to face him, we must be prepared to bring our full strength to bear. Agdistis was ever a bold woman, even in her final moments, that she would unearth the secrets of my past for all to look upon. Still, full glad am I that she faced you as her last opponent. I can think of none more worthy to send her soul off to the other side. And if only you knew, La Habrea. If only you knew. The vision you saw told the story far more eloquently than I ever could. Athena was consumed by her research, and was willing to sacrifice her own child if it hastened her process. She did not offer him a position here out of a sense of love or pride. 'Twas merely because she knew that he would be the most pliable test subject. I see now why you hid the truth from him. I cannot say with certainty that Erictonius could handle the weight of such betrayal, after holding his mother on a pedestal for so long. Unfortunately, it seems not even her death has ensured his safety. Hephaestus has taken up Athena's research and succeeded in creating Hemithoi. I know not what his ultimate end is, but 'tis plain it is connected with the resurrection of Athena. That knowledge alone is sufficient to direct our next course of action. As for the rest of your story, we shall hear it after we have returned Erictonius to safety, in accordance to Aegisthus' will. Last wish, not will. Very well. I can at least assure you that finding him shall prove relatively simple now that Hephaestus can no longer bend pandemonium to his will. There is but one place left for him to find refuge, the black heart of Tartaros, where Athena built her testing compound. We can assume that Hephaestus will offer fierce resistance. I must focus my every effort to secure a safe means of approach. I got this, don't worry, I got you. Just leave it to me. La Habrea, I would ask that you assume the duty of summoning Casimus Phantom Warriors. I have no objection. My ability to fight with Tartarus would be greatly diminished in any case. However, I wish to deal the final blow to Hephaestus myself. There is no need to dirty your hands with such a deed. I take it, then, that you have no intention to seal him away as before. The presence I felt when I encountered Hephaestus bore little resemblance to the entity I created. By his own hand he has become something far more wicked, and the same magics that once shackled him may very well shatter before the power he wields. On my pride as a researcher, I am loath to repeat the same mistake twice. I would not see these events play out again, and so he must be extinguished. Understood. Well then, I shall open the way forward. May we finish this together.
The Ace Circle now accessible, and now we shall bring the fight to them once more. Bring upon them the punishment reserved.
Oh, here we go.
エリクトニオスの心はすでに我が手中にある。あとはお前たちを消し去るのみだ。
Oh, well, okay. Perfect imperfection. Oh, it's red this time. That's my vibe. Another pumpkin head. People out here in the Halloween spirit.
この暗き牢獄を次の仕留めとしてやろう。我が炎、愛しき獣と化す。
I gotta please.
燃え上がれ、悪き獣よ。絶望と共に眠れ。そこまでだ。 身すら捧げた成果、とくと見ろ。進め、荒ぶる真紅よ。力を受けるがいい。臨終よ、むさぼりくらえ。獣とか思い知るがいい。
I will put my trust in this healer and follow them as they go.
今の私はいささか凶暴だ。身すら捧げた成果、とくと見ろ。進め、荒ぶる真紅よ。
Okay, I'm getting hang of that at least.
我が炎愛しき獣と化そこまでだ
Aww. I'm just gonna leave because the select button does not want to work. The chain of events that led to this moment began with my error. When out of mercy I confined you here. Now I break it. I leave no trace of you behind. This is not over. I see you will not go peacefully. Even a cast-off would uphold his pride. Though such an impulse must speak to the overwhelming arrogance of my other half. The name Hephaestus shall grow to eclipse yours. None shall remember the deeds of La Habrea once I fulfill Athena's ambition and bring Erectonius' dream to life. You speak as if you care a whit for the boy. Why then do you cower behind him? There are some desires which must not be realized. Athena would see the world destroyed if it meant she could find hers in the truth. That means if it could find hers in the ruins. As for Antonius, he knows not what his wish would beget, a truth which you have hidden from him. Do you truly believe a father's role is to deceive and manipulate? My wish. You would claim the name Hephaestus and call yourself his father, yet you bind his mind and body in dark chains. Your words and your pride ring hollow. Athena wanted her son by her side, and he desires to return there. What wickedness is there in mending a broken family? Athena cared not for Antonius, beyond how he could serve her ends. You claim to be acting in his interest, but 'tis plain you are no different. As I ushered Athena to her end, I vowed that my sole mission in life would be to guide this star true. In service to that vow, I silenced the whispers of my heart. I could not nurture a son whilst an entire world looked to me for guidance. For that choice, I bear the responsibility. Yet he is still my son, and I'll not suffer you to seduce him with false hope. You who are not but the bitter dregs of Athena and I, the very worst of us. Mother, she... No, then who? How do I... I hear you. I owe you, Anthemis, an apology. Athena, did you ever... And La Habrea, I will have my say! How? His mind was mine! I can't explain. Cosima's words reached me through the haze. They rang loud and clear. As did the words of another, in a voice much like yours but resounding with truth. How? When did you master these bonds? Oh, we've interred much worse. You worthless... You... Perish. Hang in there, good buddy. It appears my failures have borne fruit after all. Hey, I needed that candy rock. For reasons. You did well, son. With Hephaestus' essence contained in this crystal, we may safely return to Arctonius above. That he would bind Hephaestus with only half his senses intact. You quite understand his adeptness in the art of the interment. It was hardly what I had in mind, but a feat deserving of praise nonetheless. I feel no trace of Hephaestus' poison in your mind, and for a blessing, it appears your body is none the worse for wear. Themis! I made my way here as soon as I could. I no longer sense Hephaestus, and the force assailing Pandemonium's barriers has ceased. Are we rid of him for good and all? Yup. I hope, at least. I see. Despite his muddled senses, Erictonius felt that to seal Hephaestus away was the proper course. It wasn't so noble as that. I only knew something had to be done, so I acted. La Habrea, was that how you dealt with Hephaestus in the past? Indeed. He was not but the parts of my memory and soul that I had cut away. A mass of aether without a material vessel, storing his essence within a crystal, was the most logical choice. On that matter, I believe the time has come for you to share the rest of your tale, of Hephaestus' creation and Athena's end. I heard your words, but only vaguely, as if from under the surface of a deep pool. My mother wished to use me. I would hear the whole truth. I want to know what happened here, and what drove Athena to act as she did. I'm ready. Athena's brilliance outshone us all. Even the other members of the Words of La Habrea were as children in comparison. So dedicated to research was she that it was not unheard of for her to forget meals or even sleep. Her mind was ever grasping for knowledge, and it was in this endless search that she became obsessed with uncovering the secrets of life. You see, while we had con- we can, while we can conceive in various forms, the means of creating a soul are beyond our ken. Similarly, though, we can enhance and alter our physical vessels. We have ever been bound to them. Athena's purpose was to shatter these limitations. Such limitations were not meant to surpass. She sought to enter the realm of the gods. Scarce few have the ability to comprehend what such a task entails, let alone the courage to attempt it. For most, the thought would be an idle fancy, considered once and then discarded. Not so for Athena. As leader of the Words of La Habrea, I spoke with her often about transcending our being. From an academic perspective, the challenge has plagued countless researchers through the ages. It was during these musings that I began to formulate a theory, a means by which a person could meld with creation. With a creation, the weakness of one would be mitigated by the strengths of the other, and the results could be something greater than we have ever anticipated. Although it was but a theory, Athena insisted I develop it further, curious about every detail along the way. Our conversations became more frequent, and our platonic relationship grew into something much more. I take it I was born not soon after. Just so. I believe she bore true affection for me, and was blind to her hidden intentions. When Pandemonium was built and she requested to leave the researchers, I saw no reason to deny her. Even setting aside our relationship, her accomplishments as a scholar made her the obvious choice. However, in giving her Pandemonium, I also gave her free rein to conduct whatsoever experiments she should devise. And when you found out what she was doing, you killed her. I made haste to Pandemonium the moment I learned of these hidden chambers. I left Aegisthus to keep watch from Tartarus's vestibule as I ventured deeper, knowing not what would await me. As for what occurred next, 'tis best to see with your own eyes. Hmm? Hmm? What shall we witness then, La Habrea? Is that me? You are well aware that our respect for our neighbors in Elpis, the researchers of Pandemonium, are not to be masked. Yet you stand before me with your face covered. What petty defiance is this? What indeed? So quick you are to rebuke me, though you yourself have not set foot in these halls since their inception? You must have known that you could not conceal this from myself and Aegisthus forever. As well you know that I cannot allow it to continue. I shall say this but once. Release Erectonius, else I shall have no choice but to strike you down. You would meet my end at the hands of none other. I would meet my end at the hands of none other. However, ere my time is come, I will have you know why of it. Then you will not desist. Once you understand what has driven me this far, you shall see that stopping was never an option. The feelings of one weigh little against the needs of the entire star. Of course, of that I am well aware. But you did not deign to descend from your lofty heights simply to lecture me as you would a child. You have an interest in my motivations. What possessed Athena, peerless researcher, mother to the son of the great La Habrea, to embark upon the path to her downfall? History will demand an answer, but it is you who deserves one. Give me your hand, La Habrea, and we shall... What? Hold on. Oh, and we shall know each other more deeply than before. Oh, the bonding. Aye, the boundaries between us would cease to be. She offered me everything, to be understood. I found myself unable to refuse. At that moment, my mind was a storm of questions, yet one roared the loudest. Did Athena ever truly love me? I am become thee, memory and mind. And I thee. Can you feel it? My heart, all that I am. Yes, as if it were my own. A fathomless desire to dissect the mysteries of life, to transcend your mortal flesh and bleed into a higher plane of existence. An unquenchable thirst for knowledge, and not a single thought spared for another. For the star. How disappointing. Yet what is known cannot be unknown. You have beheld my life's work. Try as you might to excise the memory, the seed of desire remains, and when it takes root, you too shall be consumed by the selfsame fervor. I will dig it out. I will dispense with the corruption in my soul ere you rotten insight spreads. 'Twas my weakness that let this wickedness fester, but never again. Today I cast aside fickle emotion, and abide in duty alone. Today I renounce all that I was, and live only as La Brea. Thus did I forsake the part of myself that had been polluted by Athena, sealing it within a crystal. Never did I think I would one day face those memories made flesh. Forgive my bluntness, but your actions bordered on insanity. To go to such lengths to escape your memories, you nearly rewrote your very existence. Rest assured, the change did not go unnoticed by our colleagues in the convocation. Egeirthim, and Abbot Selch in particular, made plain the suspicions they harbored. As well they should have. That you escaped with your life was nothing short of a miracle. Why didn't you destroy the crystal then and there? Did you think to one day make use of the knowledge it contained? I will not deny such considerations played into my decisions, but my main motivation was fear. I had never attempted such a feat before. The crystal was my sole recourse, should something go awry within the remainder of my soul. In hindsight, to cling to it was a mistake born of doubt. Athena must have anticipated that I would resort to such measures, and prepared a vessel beforehand that would accept the dregs of my soul. Hephaestus doubtless believed he was performing his duty as a husband and father should, yet in truth he was but a puppet being pulled to and fro by Athena's desires. His goal was not to raise himself high. He thought only of seeing his dear Athena live again, that she might finish what she began. Yet for all that, he and I were alike. We shared a fatal flaw, you see. Our need for control blinded us to other perspectives. While I was enthralled to Hephaestus, you called out to me. What say you now? Does La Habrea speak true? What does your heart tell you, friend? What is your heart telling? Go on, Erectonios. Follow your heart. I just want to know one thing. Did you truly believe that hiding the truth was the best for me, even knowing how I felt about my mother? The La Habrea I know had a fatal flaw, after all. I'm still not convinced. I have said all that I can say. Now it is for you to choose to believe me, or not. That La Habrea I know holds duty above all else. I would sooner prostrate myself before an erupting volcano than place my fickle emotion in his path. When you return to the surface, you'll doubtless don that mask once more. So before we climb out of this forsaken pit, I suppose I should say, thank you, Hephaestus. Anything to say, La Habrea? I have said all that needs to be said. From this moment forward, I pledge that my heart shall not lead me astray. I have heard enough. There is more I would yet discuss, but we should first return to Pandemonium's gates. I'll gather my thoughts on the way. I owe you an apology, Kazuma. It was due to my own inexperience that Hephaestus was so easily able to take hold of my mind. I also owe you thanks. If you and Themis hadn't chosen to brave the chaos occurring in Pandemonium, then I would have never known La Habrea's story. My father's story. 'Twas a tale I too was fascinated to hear. I very much look forward to speaking with Azim upon my return. I cannot help but wonder how much of this he foresaw. I am afraid I cannot allow that, Elidibus. So long as you retain control of Pandemonium, there is work to be done. But of course, I shall first free the remaining warders and restore this place to its former glory. Using the facilities in Tartaros, we should be able to reverse the changes made to their bodies and minds. I shall stay behind to oversee the process. That is well, but I must yet learn why I was considered key to Hephaestus' experiments, and how he intended to revive Athena. Such questions are best left unanswered. In fact, I forbid the pursuit of that knowledge. The boundary between man and creation shall never again be crossed. And I intend to destroy the crystal containing Hephaestus' essence, that this mistake never again repeats. I see no reason to gainsay your judgment. There is yet the matter of your crystal, however. Truth be told, I had not considered its origin until I saw the one containing Hephaestus' aether. I was struck by how wholly different they were. There is another. Well, you see... while imbuing the crystal memories is a simple process, storing a message, a warning even, would be something altogether more complex. This also means that someone besides the present company and Azam was aware of the plot unfolding within Pandemonium. Then why would they not make themselves known even now? No threats remain. Perhaps it was one of the warders. We shall question them after they are freed. That task may take some time. A resource I'd rather not steal more from you. Return to your leisure, and we will share our results then. You've done more than enough for the time being. I am of the same mind. Leave to leave the loose ends to us, and continue upon your journey. Or if you are so inclined, take a much needed repose. This talk of journey smacks of Asm, as well it should. He has pledged to keep moving until he has seen every corner of the world. If you do find yourself a spare moment, you might bring that crystal of yours to La Habrea. He may be able to offer further insight. Until then, my friend. Mm-hmm. What to get rid of that I no longer need? I still like to keep souvenirs. To Aporia! Why, if it isn't Kazuma! Excuse me if I'm not my usual chipper self, but we have not been without our difficulties in your absence. You see, communications with the airship Professor Claudian commissioned for his search was lost some time ago, and now we even have quite lost track of where he might be. Oh God. And to make matters worse, Nemijiji has just sent word of an unusually large amount of energy coming from somewhere within the ethereal sea. He was just on my way to Aetioscope, in fact. Please, you must come with me. Oh boy. Damn, all the way in here, huh? Oh, shit. Present day pandemonium. What is that? Is it real? Why is it that whenever danger visits the world, you are never far behind? Oh, hello. You two. Professor Claudian's assistants, I take it.
As you arrived before me, I take it you are involved in this. I would thank you to furnish me with explanation. While the research summary you submitted to the forum gave us no cause for concern, these details are alarming.
The professor's last message indicated he was on his way to Oz's Law, but we know not whether he ever reached his destination.
A rash endeavor, even for Claudian. But he has ever allowed the thrill of discovery to cloud his better judgment. We have no recourse but to retreat to Ishgard's aid in searching for him. As for the unsightly fortress, which is materialized in the ethereal sea, pandemonium was it. It cannot be left alone. For the time being, information regarding this matter must be strictly controlled, so as to minimize panic. We will gather those with knowledge of the ethereal sea and continue monitoring it for further irregularities. You two, submit a detailed report to the forum at once. At present, we have far more questions than answers. Nevertheless, I would ask for your assistance at such a time that our investigation has concluded. Yeah, sure, boss. Very good. Now, if you will excuse me, I must appraise the forum of what has occurred here. Just when we need him the most, Professor Claudian remains unaccounted for. He even brought the crystal with him. We are left with scarce few straws to grasp at. While I am but lowly assistant, even I can see that our two current problems are likely related. The same party or phenomenon may be responsible for both. Conversely, I see now that my inexperienced imagination failed to do Pandemonium's pitiless spires justice. I can only wonder if the facility itself traversed the ages. Did the creation within do the same? What of the keywords? But answer to these questions shall come in time, I am sure. For now I must do as Master Fortunault has and write that report. As for you, Cosmo, I pray get rest. Get what rest your responsibilities will allow. When next we call upon you, I wager we shall need you in prime condition. Yeah, sure. Alright, well. Oh, wait. There's more? I shall do as Master Folger's on command and compile our research by sending it before the forum. Paperwork of all manner has been forte, and before I was even a student. Oh, the extremes.
Kazuma, may I have a moment? If you would be so inclined, I would very much like to hear the story of your battles in Abyssos and Tartarus. While I have no difficulty producing reports for the forum and general summation of events, I could use some help with the finer details for the record, you know.
For the record, you say? Come now, be honest and admit it's to sate your own curiosity. It seems the tomes you've left scattered about the laboratory bestiaries of creatures both real and imagined.
I will not, and I dare say should not deny the intellectual stake in the matter, but surely Cosmo will understand that a thorough recounting will help Professor Claudian's research as well. Now then, whenever you're ready.
Alright.
Boss fight. Giant carbuncle.
Fascinating! As you say, the savage creation you encountered in Abyssos bears more than a few similarities to the carbuncle. Could it be that the arcane entities we know now had their origins in ancient times? Just as curious was your story of the keyword who has melded with a tree of legend. Where do the limits of Hemetheus, creation's process, lie? I wonder. And how do such creatures even survive once melded?
As expected, you cannot help yourself from asking ever more questions. What purpose would such knowledge serve?
Oh, Rusinod, one day you too shall develop the keen instincts of a researcher. Then you shall understand that it is impossible not to wonder once a spark of imagination has been struck. Cosmo's stories have already set several theories stirring in my mind, and I feel even more bubbling just under the surface. Take Hephaestus, for example. It would not be a great leap to assume that he studied at length the regeneration of death-defying properties of the phoenix, and that is just the tip of the proverbial iceberg, or whatever.
You are free to exercise your imagination all you like, but need I remind you, these reports are meant to be submitted to Master Fortunault himself. I implore you to exercise restraint.
Ugh. Professor Claudian would have encouraged me, you know. He thrives on theories and imagination, but I do understand your point, Rusinald. If I were to submit such a report to Master Fortunault, I would soon thereafter be forced to write a formal apology.
Fortunault is more open to wild theories than you think. He doesn't look like someone you want to make bad.
I was hoping you would be more supportive, Cosmo. Very well. I shall include only conjecture that is directly relevant to the contents of the report. Now I shall set ink to paper and let wonder of theory guide my hand, within reason, of course. Yet I cannot help but dream even larger. There are no bounds to what the mind can imagine, and if there are, let us both strive to find them, Cosmo.
Oh, there's a mender right here. Oh, we can just go to the mender and heal. I just want to get the beast tribes up. Finally done with Pandemonium for now. So we can try to focus on something else. I forgot to mend. Yeah, well. Oh, the cats are meowing like crazy. They want attention. Astrologian it shall be. Alright. But I've done these side quests before. I don't need to read them. Get a little chunk of this tree. Next. Stomp. Slice, slice, slice. Next. Ah, I was too quick on the draw. Boop. Alright. Pum 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 pum. Here you go, have some food. Ugh. I wish. Now we return. Who's just messaging me? Oh, my buddy. Alright. Now, can return to the city and continue the main story soon enough. Not yet though. I am going to have to end the stream a little early today, but I will be back a little later, hopefully, to continue on this little adventure. So until then,